Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Matt Horn
is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, neighbor. You see anything weird outside your house, you tell me, all right?
Hey, Matt, it's Madelynn. I was just calling you again to tell you about The Wretched, one of the best horror movies this year, I would say, in my opinion. Definitely gotta come check it out and see what's hiding under the bed.
On the line, we have Madelynn Stuenkel talking to us from... Where are you talking to us from, Madelynn?
I am currently in Michigan.
Oh, Michigan. I haven't had anyone from Michigan before.
Oh, really? Well, happy to be the first.
I do have to ask, is it the locked down Michigan?
Yes. I'm just sitting in my house right now, as I have been for the past 2 months.
Well, obviously, this is COVID-19 we're talking about. What's it been like for you?
Well, I recently caved and bought a Switch, so I've been playing a lot of that. But I guess very unique on my side is I had a movie premiere during lockdown. And amazingly, we have now hit top box office in the US because of it.
Now, I think I need to sort of explain to the listener. What it is basically you are the highest box office opening, but that's because you're the only film that's been released.
Exactly. But I'll take it. I'll take it.
So obviously this whole entire crisis has brought up social distancing and self-isolation. Have you coped keeping 2 meters away from everybody?
Well, I've also still been in school during this. I just graduated from college last week. And so, yeah, I haven't been with anybody in person, but I have been on Zoom a lot. So it feels like sometimes that I am seeing people, even though I'm not, there in person.
And are you fully stocked up?
Fully stocked up, yes. My 2 top things for getting me through quarantine has been several pints of Ben & Jerry's, like I swear I eat 1 a day, and then also bottles of wine. So between wine and Ben & Jerry's, I've been making it through quarantine.
Well, I have been asking another question, obviously, because we've done about 20 of the podcasts. 20 podcasts in this crisis, you'd think.
Wow.
Yeah, how's that happened? But the question I've been asking this week is, obviously, we don't know when this is going to stop. We don't know when this lockdown is going to finish. I think it possibly might be 6 months. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near June, July. I think we're looking towards the end of the year. When this is all over, though, what do you think the state of the industry is going to be like?
Oh, like specifically the film industry? Well, I have to be optimistic about it. The story I keep telling myself is that once this is all over, we're going to see a boom in film production, because people right now have been ruminating and writing different stories, and people are just itching now to get back to work. And so what I tell myself is, as soon as this is over, there will just be, too much going on. I gotta stay hopeful about it, so that's what I say.
I mean, sort of another further question there is obviously, do sets now have to adopt social distancing ruling? You'd think so.
It's kind of interesting, because with film, there are a lot of ways you can fake having even just 2 people in a scene, but you're only filming 1 person actually, and when that person's out, then you film the other side of the scene. So you could film a socially distant movie, theoretically.
Well, the reason why we've got you here is because of The Wretched. I get to have some fun now. Because you're playing the monster, the witch. Yeah.
Yes, I play the wretch.
Yes, you do. And unknown to everybody else, you get to eat a baby.
I do. Yeah, spoiler alert, but there is some baby munching in The Wretched.
I should also point out, because, well, we had Brett and Drew the other day. It is actually Drew's kid, isn't it?
Yes, it was Drew's own newborn, tiny little infant son that he kills in the movie. Yeah, and we couldn't film that scene specifically. We had to film it separately. So I guess this has to do with a socially distant movie, because they didn't want to at least scar the little baby forever. So he filmed his scene, and then they took him out, and then I came and filmed my half, and they kind of just superimposed the images together.
The funny thing is one of the comments that was made, I think Brett said it the other day, was when that kid is older.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, looking back on that movie, like, why, Dad?
Why? One of the interesting things that came out of our interview was the idea that when they had to obviously cast the Wretch, you had to do some sort of screaming, didn't you?
I don't know if I did in the audition, actually, when I think, well, what'd they say?
All I remember was, ah!
That was definitely one of the most unique auditions I ever had to do. Like, I got the call, and I had never really done anything like that, and the audition was just, hey, can you do some different walks? We need one where you're stalking a prey, and then one, I forget what the other one was, and then at the end they said, and if you have anything else they just want to show us, just put that on the end. And so the story I like to tell, too, is this was when I was in college still. I think this was my sophomore year. And my freshman year of college, I used to always hide under my roommates' beds. And when they weren't home, I'd turn off all the lights, and I had long black hair. And so I used to flip the long black hair over my face. I would hide under their beds. And when they would come in, I would do this, that terrible screech. And then I would, scurry out from under their bed and scare the living daylights out of them. And I used to do that all the time. And so when I got this call, I was like, well, I guess I'll just do that, what I've been doing all this time. And when I was recording the audition, I just kept the camera rolling and then just started doing some really weird movement that I don't know where it came from. But then I put that on the end, and I was thinking that they'll either love it or hate it, and looked like it worked out in my favor.
I had an interview the other day, not just the one with Brett and Drew, but I had one with Jameson Jones.
Oh, yes! Love Jameson.
And he described the film a little bit like Rear Window.
Yes. Oh, it definitely has a lot of Rear Window vibes.
And I've sort of compared it to The Host.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense.
Because I sort of was thinking that it's sort of like it's sort of alien and non-terrestrial and that kind of thing, when actually it's the thing inhabiting you, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, I play the thing that inhabits other people, so it does have a lot of that Host vibes, because I live from host to host, whether it is an animal or a human. Interesting, because we don't really know, we never really get an answer to the origin.
Well, the other thing I do have to ask is, obviously, you've said it now, with the fact that there is no origin. Could you see them do a sequel?
I know they've been kind of dancing with the idea of a sequel, but I also think it would be cool if they did an origin story, as we were saying, because we have no answers about where all of this came from or where it started. Or even in the beginning of the movie, they do hint at, this whole 80s scene and this other family that she possesses and kind of destroys. So you could even have a movie set in the 80s or something like that.
I have to ask the question, is less more?
I know, but that's also hard, because I think this movie has so much success is because there is so much mystery about, where the wretch comes from and why she's doing this. And I think that's a lot of the intrigue.
Well, obviously, you filmed it. What was it like working with the cast and crew on set?
That's also another funny story, because I never met Brett and Drew until I was on set, and I actually was already in full makeup. So that was the first time I ever met them. I was in full Wretch makeup and just walk up to them. I'm like, hi guys, I'm Madelynn. Meanwhile, I just look like this horrible, horrible creature. So that was funny, but working with everybody on set, it was so great, because it was really a fantastic ensemble. Unfortunately, I didn't get to interact with too many of the other cast members, because I was mostly eating babies, as one does. But the people I did get to work with, like JP, was awesome. I had these teeth in also, so I could not control my own drool. And so the few people I did have to do scenes with, unfortunately were in the splash zone and found themselves covered with my drool, which was also dyed black. So, everybody was such a good sport to deal with all that kind of stuff.
Are there any sort of funny anecdotes you can share about the production of the film?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess one of the best things that JP and I always look back on is all the times I would drool on him and stain his sweatshirt that he would have to then go to wardrobe and change. One of the things that I also think is funny that we were talking about the other day was the very last shot that we filmed for the movie was we had to do reshoots in LA a couple months after the initial shooting. And in the reshoots, the last thing we filmed was JP and I in a kiddie pool. And it was for this, it's the quickest shot. Like, I can only see it now after I've watched the movie, 6 times. But you can see it. It's just like this very split second when it's like an overhead shot of JP and I running through water. And I just think about the fact that we filmed that in a kiddie pool, JP and I just running through this kiddie pool, and that was the last thing that we shot.
Less is more.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need a full pool if we can just fit it all in a little kiddie pool. Why not?
Well, let's talk a bit about you, Madelynn, you yourself.
Yeah.
What made you want to get into acting in the first place?
Yeah, so all my life, all through grad school, I had done community theater and my school theater, which all started from when my grandmother actually took me to see a Shakespeare show in Stratford, Canada. And that kind of started my whole love of theater and acting. And it wasn't until I got to college when I got to experiment more with film and specifically movement. I spent a lot of time in college studying movement, which I think kind of helped lead me to eventually getting the Wretched. But it was all kind of just a gradual build that all started from the seed my grandma planted when she took me to see a Shakespeare show.
What advice would you give to anyone wanting to pursue a career in the industry?
Oh, yeah. The best thing is you just gotta do it. You just gotta start somewhere, and you're not gonna be good when you start out, and that's one thing that people always freak out about. Like, if you lose an audition, you don't get an audition, then they're like, well, I guess I'm not good. I guess I can't do this anymore. But rejection is just part of the game, and yeah, maybe you're not fit for one role, but then there's infinitely more roles that you could be fit for, and who knows, maybe you're meant to be a monster in a movie, so you just gotta wait for that to come along and just keep working and keep growing.
Would you say that The Wretched was your first sort of mainstream role?
Yes, and never would I have thought in my first, professional film that I would be playing a baby-eating monster.
Well, the interesting thing I've seen on your IMDb, it's screaming out at me, is the fact that we have in our midst someone who can do stage and screen combat.
Oh, yes. I actually have my certifications both in the States and in England for, I think, 7 different weapons.
Can we know which ones?
Okay, I gotta make sure I get this list right. It's unarmed, knife, rapier and dagger, rapier and cloak, broadsword, sword and shield. Oh, and I think just regular broadsword. Did I say that? I think I said that. Oh, small sword. Yes. So those are the 7. Broadsword is actually one of my favorites. Broadsword and sword and shield.
Is it easy to get into doing that?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. You start off, you're not that good, but you keep practicing, and before you know it, you have 7 certifications in a weapon. Yeah, and it's so addicting, too, because the feeling of having a steel sword in your hand is the coolest thing ever. So once you start, it's kind of hard to stop. So definitely recommend trying it.
Well, I do have to ask the question. Obviously, I've looked on your IMDb. You've got the qualifications, but I'm not seeing any projects where you've been able to utilise it yet. So with that in mind, is there any roles that you haven't done yet that you would like to do?
Oh, yeah, there's so much I want to do. I mean, for me, I also do love theater and live theater. I recently was in a Shakespeare show at Chicago Shakes, but of course, then they did it in modern day, so we didn't get to use swords. I would really love to do something kind of set in a time of, the sword and shield. I always loved Lord of the Rings growing up, so I guess a dream role of mine, they're rebooting the series. I would love to do anything in those.
I'm just thinking now, if it's just swords and daggers, it's sort of a bit of a niche, isn't it? It's like, it's medieval is more or less the only period, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to think of all the medieval stuff that has been done that could be rebooted, or stuff that hasn't been done. I mean, they've never done a female Robin Hood, have they?
No! Let's do it! Come on!
They say, obviously, Robin Hood was male.
Who would really care? Like, let's see some badass female warriors. Like, that's what we want! It's what the people want!
I mean, my question is, why has it not been done? But the thing is, obviously, if it's Robin Hood as a female, would she have marry men, or would it be marry women?
Oh, or marry people, and just a whole mixed bunch.
They could sort of do a full female cast, like they've done with Birds of Prey, couldn't they?
Oh, yes. That would be really cool. Yeah, I'd be down with that. I would see that, be in it. I would do anything.
Got a good question, though, for you. Obviously, you can fight with a sword and with a dagger. Are there any actors or actresses that you would like to fight?
Ooh. Oh, I don't know. That's an interesting question that I haven't really thought about. Huh. Would either be in Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones. So it would be someone in like one of those movies or TV shows that I would have to say. I mean, part of me is also thinking I don't want to get my ass kicked by someone, but maybe that would be fun. Just to get, completely destroyed by an incredible fighter.
So not Johnny Depp, then?
No. Maybe. Or, have you watched Westworld at all?
I know of it.
They have some beautiful fight scenes with katanas when they go to Shogun World. Those fight scenes are so beautiful. I would love to have fought in one of those. But I don't know if I could, but I would have loved to.
Well, are there any actors that you would like to work with generally?
Oh, I don't know specifically. I do really love Brie Larson. Oh, Brie Larson and Alison Brie are two of my favorite actors. So I guess any project with them. Because even Alison Brie, when she did the whole Glow show with all the female wrestling, I loved that show. So that would have been a cool show to be in.
Well, I'm going to give you a 1 minute plug, Madelynn, a 1 minute plug to plug The Wretched and anything else you've got coming up.
Oh, yeah, for sure. When does my time start? Now?
Now.
Okay. Well, The Wretched is a beautiful horror story. When I first read the script, I think this was right after I had auditioned and when they first offered me the role, I got chills. I screamed in my bed, oh my god, when it gets to this part. It's so good! And so if I thought it was that good when I was just reading it on paper, imagine what it's like on the big screen. It is awesome. Go see it. You can see it now from your home. It's only $7, so get on it.
I'm just having a quick look to see if it's on rental.
I think we are released in the UK by Vertigo releasing, and I think that was last week.
It's on Amazon Prime.
It's on Amazon Prime. Any on-demand service. Amazon Prime. Yeah.
Well, Madelynn, it's been a pleasure interviewing you.
It's been a pleasure talking with you. Thank you so much for having me on.
Obviously, we'll have to get you back.
Yes. Down the line, see what other monsters I'm getting into.
I'm hearing tales of Brett and Drew doing a werewolf movie now.
I remember them mentioning that, which I can't wait to hear about.
Don't feel like doing a female werewolf?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I would love to play a female werewolf. That's another thing. All werewolves are usually male werewolves. Come on, let's get a woman werewolf in there. Let's go.
Break the stereotype.
I know, break the stereotype.
Thanks very much for your time, Madelynn.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.